What is up, bros, bears, muscle mommies, and everything in between? As always, this is Patrick, full primal power, your mom's favorite powerlifter. Welcome back to another episode as we prep for the PLU Power Surge in Chicago, Illinois, September 13th, 2025. We had ourselves a bench day last night. So, bench has recently been a little bit of a redheaded stepchild, and ignore that a lot of people say that I'm gingerish because I've got a little red in my beard. Bench has not been the best of my lifts as of late, which is odd because it's always been ye old faithful for me. So we warmed up last night, and the goal was to do more than we did last week. And last week we did 452 for 4 sets of 5, and it was if you're going by an RPE scale, it was probably a 9. I was like, okay, so we've accumulated some fatigue, and so we're not going to be able to do too much more than that. And then we warmed up, and we got to 457 point whatever, because kilos, whatever. First set, I got a handoff from Sophie, and it felt really good. I was like, well, maybe something's good today. Yeah, I was like, this is feeling good. Second set, I don't think I got a handoff from Sophie on that one. I think I sandwiched the handoffs, because taking a handout, self handoff is an accessory movement. So doing self handouts a lot in training is actually pretty good, but it might mess with you when it comes to time to compete, because you're just so used to being kind of closer to the rack, and you might hit the rack more. Whereas if you get a handoff person, you're able to be a little bit further away from that rack, and this technique is a little, I mean, not the actual benching technique, but actually getting into the start position is a little bit different when you get a self handoff versus a not self handoff, which, I mean, that duh. So we did 4 sets of 5, and I was like, why is this way easier than it was last week? And then I remembered a conversation that I was having with my buddy Shane Howler, and we were talking about how the adaptation to different stimuli. And what I've been trying to do with my bench was trying to put the cart in front of the horse. And I'm like, my past PR was 500 for 5, and I want to get back to that. Or was it 6? I don't remember. But I want to get back to that. So, of course, my brain goes, let's just bench 500 a bunch of times until we get back up there. That's not how you do it. It's not quite linear progression, but we're progressing, just not linearly. We know what our top end is, and it's 500 for over 5, or around 5. Over 500 for 5. That's what I meant to say. That's where we should be able to be, and that's probably where like peak strength would be for us. So the past couple weeks, so 2 weeks ago I did 440 something for 5, and then I did 552 for 5. This week I did 452 for 5. This week was 457 for 5. And next week, we're probably going to be mid 460s for 5. And we're in this weird spot. So I am coaching myself. And usually I take a deload every 4th week. But with my last coach, I never took a deload, which was kind of no. So I'm kind of playing and pushing and pulling with a little bit more of instinctive, not just instinctive training, but instinctive deloading. So if I'm feeling really good, I don't need to take a deload. If my joints aren't feeling like they're about to burst, if they're not feeling too shabby, I don't need to take a deload. If my top sets don't feel like I'm getting hit in the face with a wet noodle, I don't need to take a deload. So I don't want to be hamstringing myself by taking too many deloads. But that being said, deloads are very important. We're about 18 weeks out from the Power Surge. Peaking starts at 12 weeks out. So we've got about 5-6 weeks until we start peaking. It's when we start throwing on the wraps again. And I think I need to order some new wraps. I don't know. But what's funny is my gym owner, he was like, do you need a mono? And I was like, I'm literally the only one here who might use a mono. So he went out of his way and found a mono. And the gym is expanding next month in June. And it's doubling in size. And I think he's throwing a mono in there. And he sent me a Facebook Marketplace ad. He was like, is this mono okay? And I was like, I recognize that mono. And I scrolled back through my Instagram feed and I found a video of me back in 2016, I think, using the exact mono that he sent me. And I was like, it works. It can hold at least 815 for a bit, because last time I used that mono, I had someone lined up to run the mono for me, and so I could have a couple spotters. And they never showed up. They actually stayed at home watching porn, because I accidentally found their browser history. I didn't go looking for the browser history. It was just already pulled up. That just sounds sketchy. And the people that I had there, like, I was supposed to have, I was there when there was guys there. And then as I was waiting for the person to show up to run the mono, because there were only 2 other people in the gym, so I couldn't have one of them run the mono and then like spot as well, because like you want to give each person one job instead of multiple jobs. Multiple jobs is how people get hurt, and I didn't want to get hurt. And kept waiting for her to show up, never did. And then those guys left and it transitioned to bikini competitors. And I was like, I've got 815 on this bar. I am not confident that these bikini competitors will be able to spot that. I'm going home now. And that was that training day. But we finished off today's training day. Really good bench day. We did some incline tricep skull crushers. And I think I found a method on doing skull crushers that does not hurt the elbows. And I'm really thinking about making a video on how to do them. And basically, you just keep them really close, and you lead with the elbows. Why did it take me this long to figure that out? Anyways, we also did Sophie was also training. She had a squat day, and she did sets of 5. I don't know what weight was on the bar, but she did good. She made it look easy. And then her coach, Jordan Wong, had her do, it was conventional RDLs. And she was like, why did he specify conventional? What's different between a conventional RDL and an RDL? And I was like, people are stupid sometimes, and they'll pull sumo, and then they'll do RDL sumo as well. So I feel like he had to specify, do these conventional. And she was like, that's dumb. But, yeah, she had a good training day, did all her accessories. I did all my accessories. I did the dumbbell incline skull crusher supersetted with curls, with a little bit of a slow down on the eccentric portion, get a little bit more fast twitch going on in there to develop the biceps a little more. And then I actually did a pyramid of shoulders. So I did a superset. I did front raises, making sure that like the dumbbells, you want to dip them in to get the elbows a little higher, get a little bit more stimulus in the shoulders, and then side raises, keeping the dumbbells vertical. And I started at 20 for a set of 12, 15 for a set of 12, 10 for a set of 12 with as minimal rest as possible. So I got a pretty good stimulus, really good pump on that one. And then we moved over to the chest row, and Jim has a stack peg, and I'm a little nervous to throw on more and more plates onto that stack peg, because I know that the cables might snap if I put too much weight on it. But did about 250 for sets of 12, 3x12. I can increase the weight on that. I might do that going forward. And then we finished off with some banded Mason twists. I don't like banded Mason twists, but someone who's using the cables, I like the consistent pressure of poundage on the musculature, and I prefer that over bands. So that was my quick 10-minute training day, and I hope you guys enjoyed my little tangents, my stories, and If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, share with your mother. She misses me. Have a wonderful day, boys. Mwah.